It's been a minute. I'm so sorry, but I'm back. So let's do just a regular get ready with me while we catch up on everything that's been happening on Raw and SmackDown in the last month. And excuse me for looking crazy, but we got to move the bangs to the side for now. And a quick shout to Janae for the idea for the brows. I don't know if it picks up well or not, but the red brows are a moment and they deserve their moment. So, because we have so much to talk about, let's just jump right in and start with Jay Uso both winning and losing the Intercontinental Championship within the last month. 28 days, I believe. I'm not okay with this, Hunter. I am not okay. And I understand he does have to go back into the bloodline storyline, but he couldn't hold it like a week longer, like we couldn't go through Crown Jewel. We couldn't go up to Survivor Series with it. No. Which leads me to my next question, which is, do we see Jay leaving Raw? Like, do we think Jay is officially traded to SmackDown now? He doesn't have the title. There's not much for him to do. I doubt he's going to go after Braun for a rematch right now. So, what do we see happening with Jay now? Let me know. Let me know. This is my go-to for my everyday neutral eye look. So, we're just going to stick with what we know and go with that. The women's tag division is also getting a lot of interest as of late, and I don't know about anybody else. I cheered. I am so overjoyed to finally see these women get the respect that they deserve, to see them featured, to see different matches with different teams. I love it. I'm so overjoyed. This is exactly what I was expecting from Jade and Bianca's first reign. But we know how that ended, and it's okay. It's okay because we have it now. I am loving seeing Damage Control, Piper and Chelsea, and Lash and Jakara all being mixed up with the women's tag champs at the same time. This is how a tag division should look. This is what we should be getting. Io and Bianca put on one of the best women's matches of the year on Raw a couple of weeks ago, and to this day, people are still talking about it. Like, they are still overjoyed by it. Lash and Jakara being somewhat called up was such an interesting move to me because I didn't really expect it. Personally, I was thinking we would get Bianca and Jay versus Lash and Jakara at Halloween Havoc after that monstrosity of a match on SmackDown. I'm still upset. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I'm still upset because we did not have to interrupt the women's match for that. We could have did that segment some other way, some other time. I don't know, but it was not the correct time. I don't like it. Let's not do that again. And then we gave these women like what, 2 minutes? 2 minutes, and yet they still put on a match. So I guess I should shut up. But let's not do it again. I am very glad to see a second women's match now added to Crown Jewel with the women's tag division. So we're getting Bianca and Jade, Damage Control, Piper and Chelsea, Lash and Jakara, all at Crown Jewel in a fatal four-way for the women's tag championship. There's no doubt in my mind that these women are going to kill it. Obviously, I am very hopeful that my girls retain. While I love everyone involved, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna need Bianca and Jade to keep those for a little bit longer, at least through Mania. At least through Mania. Then we can split it up, do whatever you want to do with it. But that's what I would like to see. A lot of people are always questioning who we think should dethrone Jade and Bianca, and my answer is, again, no one yet. I'm not ready to see the end of it, and maybe that's just my love for them, my bias, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just not ready for the end of Bianca and Jade yet. I would like to see them have such an amazing title reign. We don't get too many women's title reigns in that division that are like all inspiring, that are the longest reign. You don't get those history making reigns. That's what I'm getting. We don't get history making reigns as often with the women's tag division. And I think that with Jade and Bianca, we have a chance to. They're already bringing more eyes to the division. There's so many people who are more interested in what those women are doing within the tag division. And you have what some people consider two of the heaviest of hitters for women, which is Bianca Belair and Io Sky within that division fighting for the championship. So it only brings it more prestige. But please don't sleep on Piper, Chelsea, Jay, any of these other women. Do not sleep on them because they are all a problem in their own way. We just need to respect that. Let's try that again. Over the last few months, Damian Priest has 100% became one of my favorite superstars. I I love that man. I am 100% a Damian Priest girly. So the fact that that man ain't been in a ring since like Bad Blood does not sit right with me. What we doing? It looks like we may be done with the Terra twins, which is honestly kind of sad. I really enjoy him and Rhea together, but I do think it had a negative impact on his story with Finn. Just me, I'm sorry. We were so focused on the Terra twins that Damien and Finn did not get the feud that they deserved, and I did touch on this in my Bad Blood. Get ready with me if you want to go check out that. I'm hoping that when him and Rhea go in their separate ways, we'll see more of him featured in title pictures. He's already made it very clear that he wants a rematch. He wants to come after the World Heavyweight Championship. He wants Gunther. And I'm okay with that. Do I think he's going to win? No. And that's all right. That's all right. Because we always have Rumble. And truly, Braun Breaker is right there. I'm completely okay with giving Damian Priest a very good Intercontinental Championship run. I'm 1000% behind it because there's no doubt in my mind that that man would elevate that whole title even more. Like, I think at this point, also, maybe we should stop talking about elevating the Intercontinental Championship. It's elevated. It is already, it has more prestige than its counterpart of the U.S. title, in my opinion. Don't beat my ass. So maybe we won't be elevating it anymore because it's already not really a mid card title. I don't even know. I mean, it is, but like, not really. It's like maybe upper mid card, I guess. But if we don't want to see Damien take it off of Braun, we can always have Dominik Mysterio take it off of Braun and put it on Damien after that. I'm just saying, which leads me to my next point in Dom Mysterio. And y'all know I'm going to be very, very light with this because I know how y'all act. I would like to see more. Name me one heel who gets a better reaction than Dom Mysterio. Don't worry, I'll wait. Exactly. Exactly. Like, Dom doesn't even get to talk 98% of the time when he comes to the ring because the fans are on him so bad. He is probably the biggest heel within WWE. And that in itself, at his age, is remarkable. They have been hinting at title shots as of late for Dom. And so I'm very interested to see if a World Heavyweight Championship and Intercontinental Championship, title run or even number one contender is in his future. He did run from the last one. As I'm just saying, I just would very much like to see that. I don't mind if it's with Liv or without her that he gets this championship run. I just think Dom deserves it at this point, and I would love to see him standing on his own without help. Which, speaking of the other members of the Judgment Day, what are Finn and JD doing with these titles? Finn is more concerned with Damien than he is that title he's bragging about having the 100-day plus reign. Sir, defend. Be a fighting champion. Stop just holding it. It's not just cute decoration around your waist. Let's go. I'm very interested to see what happens with these titles, considering there is a tag title tournament happening on Raw. Also, let me know if you're noticing a difference in the audio with this video. I did get a mic because echo was kind of killing me. So let me know if this fixes it and if it sounds better or if I need to go back to the drawing board. Even though Finn has the tag titles, I do have to wonder if he will lose the titles because of his obsession with Damien, if Damien will cost him the titles, if he will try to cost Damien. I'm really interested to see how the rest of the Damien and Finn feud plays out because I don't know where we go with this from here. I wanted it to end in a way that we could keep the feud going, but with them having very little to no interaction, even if they were to interact again, like what would be the point? Unless we're gonna have them fight over a title. I'm okay with that. I'm not an influencer and I really would not influence y'all, but these from Urban Decay, like, can y'all see how pretty that is? This is like my favorite. Like, can y'all see that? Oh, this is like my favorite eyeshadow topper when I'm just doing a new look because it gives it just that extra bling. And I just tap it on with my finger. I love a moon dust. There are at least 3 others that I want, and I'm trying to talk myself out of. But anyway, back to the story. Do y'all remember? Do you remember in my Bad Blood Get Ready With Me when I mentioned Raquel Rodriguez? So it only makes sense that Raquel will come back not only to help her friend and former partner Liv Morgan, but to get her revenge on Rhea. And she is back, and I did want to touch on her and Rhea just very, very quickly in the best way possible. A lot of people complain about Rhea being booked to be too strong. And I just want to point out that Raquel had just finished a match against Damage Control, and Rhea could not get her down. Let's say that again. Raquel was in a match on Monday against Damage Control. And when Rhea came to the ring, she hit her with the arms that usually lay people out, and all it did was daze Raquel a little bit before she came right back. These are 2 monsters of women. No, because what that says to me, that if she'd hit Raquel at Raquel's strongest before the match, she would have had way more time getting Raquel out of that ring than she did. Both of these women are being booked to look strong because they both are strong. That's it. I'm interested to see what happens with Raquel in the future. Like, will we get a full one-on-one feud with her and Rhea? Will her and Liv fight? What's the path for Raquel? I'm very interested to see because right now it looks like they're like halfway only booking her in one type of area, which is just protection. But then on the other half, they're showing like she's really not the one to play with. So I'm really interested to see where we go with Raquel in the future. And, her and Rhea are like, they're beefing forever. These are enemies, lifelong enemies. I'm really interested to see their feud and how these 2 interact with each other as we continue with the story. Also, Seth freaking Rollins is back. I didn't expect him back this soon, honestly. I hope that he is fully recovered from injury and he is ready to go because facing Bronson Reed, whew, I don't know now, Seth. But one thing about Seth, he ain't never scared and he gonna bring it every time. So I hope Bronson knows what he's getting himself in also. Actually, I hope they both are aware that they're about to go all the way to hell and back at Crown Jewel. I don't have a pick. Obviously, I am a Seth fan. I would typically go with Seth. I have no idea how this match is gonna go. And I'm just here for the fun. We're gonna switch gears for a bit. Or we're just gonna switch gears actually. And let's talk about SmackDown. SmackDown has a new tag team in the division, and they are already champions. Obviously, I'm talking about the Motor City Machine Guns. It's so good to see them finally make it to WWE, and I know they are overjoyed to be there. And this was what, week 2, and they already have the tag team championships. You love to see it. We got them. I can't wait to see the matches that they do against the WWE teams. Them versus the Usos and them versus the Street Profits is at the very tip top of my list. I want it. I need it right now. I'm so interested to see how they interact with the tag teams I'm used to seeing. because they are an amazing group and they've been together for a very long time. Hopefully, we get them versus the Hardys in WWE at some point before both pair decide to retire. Cross my fingers. But we also do have that TNA connection now with mostly NXT. So, hey, either way, it could happen. And as a fantasy booking thing, I would love to see almost kind of like a WWE versus TNA type of thing. Just all the brands of WWE, all the superstars of TNA, give me at least 5 to 6 matches and let these people duke it out to see which is the better company, but it ends in like a draw with like 3-3. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how long and how much more I need to say this. Give Naomi a title shot. Give her a title reign, as a matter of fact, because Naomi has really been putting on banger after banger after banger. If you say she hasn't, you haven't been watching. If you try to say, oh, well, it's because she's against this person, it's because she's against that person, she has literally put on a great match against Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, and Candice LeRae within the last month. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Even Bayley. Even with Bayley. Win or lose, that girl does absolutely amazing. And I think it is past the time that we see her in the title picture. I don't care. I am very aware that Tiffany Stratton has the Money in the Bank briefcase and she can cash in at any time. I do not want that cash in to happen on Naomi. So if we are holding her back so that she can actually have a title reign, okay, cool. I'll wait even longer, even more. Whatever you need me to do, I'll do it as long as my girl gets at least a 3-month reign minimum with amazing matches and builds and all of that. Truthfully, I need 6 months, but okay, whatever. I just need her to have an amazing build because they've done absolutely nothing with Nia while she's had that title. Very obvious they see Nia as a transitional champion while we're waiting for Tiffany to cash in, but we still could have gave her amazing matches. We still could have gave her good compelling feuds while she did it. It's like Nia's just there holding it and building Tiffy up to be a babyface, which is fine. It's 100% okay for her to do that. But can we not give her a great reign also? Nia deserves it. That woman has improved so much, tremendously. Nia has shown so much growth during this second run with the company that I don't really understand what's the hold up. Like, give her something more. I was so excited to see her get the title because I was like, they're finally going to let Nia show what she's good at. They've kind of let me down, truthfully. I really would like to see more from Nia before she loses this title because I know it might not be too far away. So, like, let's go. Chop, chop. Also, let me know down in the comments how y'all are feeling about Crown Jewel. Are y'all excited at all? Are y'all excited about the Crown Jewel title? Let me know in the comments. Like, let me know. I'm really interested to see everybody else's point of view because honestly, not really. Like, I will not lie, there are some matches at Crown Jewel that I am very much looking forward to. I cannot say that the Crown Jewel championship matches move me at all. I don't know whose idea this was. I don't think it was the best idea because your champions should not be getting pinned by other champions. Hello? Like, there is no reason why I need to see Cody and Gunther duke it out for who's the actual champion of the company when we have those two separate titles for a reason. I don't know. But we are getting Cody versus Gunther and Nia versus Liv Morgan, and we've been seeing them interacting a little bit more, mostly on Smackdown than Raw. But we've been seeing them interact, and while I have somewhat enjoyed it, I just don't. Yeah, I will be watching Crown Jewel. Originally, I wasn't. I'm interested to see if there's any interference in either match. I'm interested to see who walks away and if it actually does anything other than matter at Crown Jewel, which I don't think it does. I think they'll just hold it probably that one night after Crown Jewel for that one Raw or one SmackDown, and then it just disappears until the next Crown Jewel. I would have rather had the women's mid card titles. I'm so sorry. Also random. I've been using this blue mixing pigment. Yeah, my foundations always come off very, very orange. And so if you have that problem, just mix a little blue in, and I just mix it up on the back of my hand. Mix a little blue in, and I promise you, it looks like skin. Okay, trust me. I don't I don't even know where I found this. I don't know if I ordered it off Amazon. I think I may have ordered it off Amazon. I don't remember. I was just like, I need it, and I need it now. And yeah, because this MAC Studio Radiance is one of my favorite foundations of all time. I do, I do, I do. If y'all are interested, I have the House Labs foundation in 425. I have not tried it yet. I'm afraid because I shade matched it myself. So we're gonna see if this matches or if I need to go get another one. But if y'all want a video with me trying this out, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know. But speaking of Crown Jewel, Randy Orton finally gets his match with KO. And when I tell y'all I'm excited, like these two are going to tear each other limb from limb, and I'm so here for it. And it got me Randy and H in the ring together, bringing up their past. If you missed Randy and Triple H's speech, you can watch it on their channel. But if you missed that feud, I do have that entire feud recapped on my channel. Yeah, go watch it, because if you missed that live, babes, get you a Peacock subscription because you need it. You need to see that. It was glorious. During SmackDown, Triple H tells us that he's not giving Randy the match with KO because he's afraid for Randy. Excuse you, Hunter. Because why are you playing with Randall Keith Orton like that? What do you mean you're afraid for Randy? What do you mean? Why would you be afraid for Randy? You're talking about the original Crash Out here, sir. But either way, it doesn't matter. I finally get Randy and KO at Crown Jewel, and I'm very excited. Now, did I want Randy to be the one who switched up on Cody? Yes. Will I take Randy still being a good guy until closer to Mania so I can get Cody versus Randy? Also, yes. Can we talk about the bloodline? Is it okay for me to talk about the bloodline now? The bloodline, I mean the OGs. I mean the original bloodline, the OG bloodline, which is Roman, Jay, Jimmy. Thanks. Glad we cleared that up. I hate to have to keep doing this to y'all, but do you remember when I said this? When I say that I am almost sure that Jimmy is coming back, I can't help it, because at this point, if Jimmy doesn't come back at Bad Blood, is he ever coming back? And Jimmy came back at Bad Blood. He fucks with me. He fucks with me. After me saying it forever in 3 days, he finally said, I got you, Clarissa. I'm pulling up for Bad Blood. Now, is this a safe space? Is this a safe space? Because I will admit that while I am so happy to have Jimmy back, I'm kind of sad that he did not get a solo run at all. Personally, I would love to see Jimmy even at least go after the US title. I would love to see it. And he's just back there mending the fences between Roman and Jay, which is fine, but I just want a little more for Jimmy. That's it. That's all I'm saying. But one thing about it, that man gonna have a hoodie in all black somewhere for him to pull out. If you missed this past week's SmackDown, first of all, go watch it. But second of all, you missed a very interesting thing. You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. Now, Jimmy came back and made it very clear to Roman that they needed help. Roman said, no yeet. And I was okay with that. I was like, you know what? Roman probably is still upset. He needs to get over himself, but like he's still upset. He has to work through his own things, you know. Then this man had the audacity to not apologize to Jay, but to turn around and say, I acknowledge you to Solo. Roman, don't piss me off. Roman, bro, stop playing with me. Don't you ever, boy, don't embarrass me like that. Don't. And so SmackDown ended this week with Jimmy and Jay reuniting in the ring, and it was such a beautiful moment because I don't know about anybody else, but I missed my boys so bad. So bad. I missed the Usos together, and so I'm very glad that we're getting them back. I need next SmackDown to start with an apology from Roman to Jay. I need it, okay? I need him to apologize so I can have my OGs back together and we can move on and really jump into the Bloodline feud. Please and thank you. If you're seeing this before the next SmackDown that was pre-taped, don't put no spoilers in my comments. Please and thank you. Please. I beg of thee. To go back a little, I actually was quite surprised to see Jimmy go to Jay so quickly. And I know for those of us who are really into the story and predicting for the timeline, it's not timeline wise with how the story plays out, but it is in the actual story. I am glad that him and Jay have like made up or talked or whatever. I wish we would have got to see it play out on screen, but it's all right. My boys are back together. That's really all that matters. I'll take it. But that damn Roman, that's all I'm gonna say. So now I have to ask, how do we think things play out with the new bloodline? Do y'all see them turning on Solo or no? What do y'all think? Because I'm kind of side on it because they're gonna see that Solo is not really tribal chief material yet, which was why he was the tribal heir. And so I'm very curious to see how that whole thing plays out, especially when you have Jacob right there. Um, we've all said forever that there was probably a mole in the Bloodline 2.0, and so are we still going with Jacob? Are we going with Tama? Are we going with Tonga? Who do we think? My vote is Tama for the sneak because who would expect Tama? You know, him and Roman have had their beef in the past, so. But I would love for it to be Tonga Loa just because it would be funny as hell. Like, oh, all these botches were on accident, were on purpose. He was botching this by orders of the tribal chief. Boy, I knew I liked you anyway. All in all, I've really been enjoying Raw and SmackDown as of late, even though I really truly missed that third hour of Raw. Let me know in the comments if you agree. I had to rush a little bit there because I have a podcast to record. So if you haven't checked it out already, please make sure you go check out the Film Slam podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Me and 4 other women talking about wrestling as unbiased as possible while still maintaining a little bit of love for our faves. If you like this video, please make sure you like it, subscribe to this channel, and go follow me on YouTube. I'm trying to hit a goal to actually buy a camera. So I love it if y'all help me with that. Let me know in the comments if you like these types of videos, if you think I should do them more often, and if you have any other suggestions for things you'd like to see on my channel. But for now, bye.